is defined like this here. Okay, so you can take the unit step function is defined as, so as the name indicates, unit is nothing but 1 year, step is nothing but one step will be there here. So it will be defined for the continuous time signal like this here. So u of t is equal to 1 for t is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so t is greater than or equal to 0 means, so it can take the value. So from 0 is less than or equal to t is less than infinity, it will take here, and 0 for t is less than 0 here. So t is less than 0 means it can take the value from minus infinity is less than t is less than 0. It will take the value as 0. It will take here. So unit step is nothing but, so this is the unit you are going to take. So from minus infinity, okay, up to the 0, it is having the value 0 will be there. So here it will take one step, it will take here, the value of the step will become equal to 1. So you're going to call this as a unit step function. You're going to call here, as the name indicates, yeah, just to make use of the general English meaning, unit is nothing but 1 year, step is nothing but one step it is going to take here. It can be defined like this here, u of t is equal to 1. Okay, so any doubts? U of t is equal to 1 from t is equal to 0 to the infinity, and 0 for t is less than 0 here. Okay, so done, right? So this is called as the unit step function. I think already you have seen this one in case of the this one engineering statistics. We have seen the engineering in case of defining the CDF and the PDF for the discrete time signal. We have seen with respect to the unit step function. We have seen, so right? Okay, so you notes.
So
Yeah. So you take no u of t is equal to 1 for t is greater than or equal to 0 or 0 to the infinity, and 0 for t is less than 0 or minus infinity to the 0, it is equal to the 0 will be there here. So this is called as a unit step function you're going to call here. And also we can have the shifted version of the unit step function we can define here. Okay, so the shifted, you can take the shifted version of the unit step function. Okay, can be defined like this here. So I'm going to define as something called u of t minus a. I'm going to define here. So you can take the shifted version of the unit step function is given by the shifted version of the unit step function is given by. So time being, you remember that u of t minus a means, minus means you are going to shift towards the right side here. If you are going to come plus here, we are going to shift towards the left side. We are going to shift here. Left side is nothing but the negative side. Right side is nothing but the positive side here. Okay. So for the unit step function, in order to have the value 1, what are the things there inside these brackets, it should be greater than or equal to 0 should be there here. Inside these brackets, it should be greater than or equal to 0. Okay. So that one you are going to call it as the, okay, unit step function you're going to be defined here. So if here t is there, the t should be greater than or equal to 0. So that's why it is having the value 1 in this area. So in place of the t, we have t minus a is there. So I can define like this here. So in place of t, I can define like, so for t minus a is greater than or equal to 0, it is having the value 1 will be there. If you send a that side, for t is greater than or equal to a, it is having the value 1 will be there. So in place of t, I can define like, so for t minus a is greater than or equal to 0, it is having the value 1 will be there. So in place of t, I can define like, so for t minus a is greater than or equal to 0, it is having the value 1 will be there. So in place of t, I can define like, so for t minus a is greater than or equal to 0, it is having the value 1 will be there. So in place of t, I can define like, so for t minus a is greater than or equal to 0, it is having the value 1 will be there. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So the unit step function will be defined like this. So it is having the what are the things inside the bracket? They should be greater than or equal to 0 should be there here. So u of t minus a is equal to 1 for t minus a is greater than or equal to 0. Okay. Or we can say for t is greater than or equal to a, or we can say a is less than or equal to t is less than infinity. It is having the value 1 will be there here, and it is having the value 0 for the second case. We will take t minus a is less than 0, or t is less than a, or we can take minus infinity is less than t is less than a, you can take here. Okay, so like that we are going to define the unit step function. The thing is that you can keep in mind, so what are the things inside these braces should be greater than or equal to 0 should be there here. Whatever value you get, you can just equate to this condition here. Okay, so now in order to draw this waveform, just I'm going to take like this here. So u of t minus a, I'm going to define something called a. I'm going to define here. So this is t. So from a will be there here. So I'm going to define a is a positive number here. So from a up to the infinity, it is having the value 1 will be there here. Okay. So time being, you can keep in your mind, minus is nothing but we are going to shift the signal towards the right side. You are going to shift here. Okay. So this is the right shifted version of the unit step function here. Okay. So got it now. So take this waveform. Similarly, we can shift the waveform towards the left side. We can shift here. So you're taken now. So similarly, we can shift towards the left side. So u of t plus t naught. So u of t plus t naught is nothing but, so it is equal to 1 for t plus t naught is greater than or equal to 0. Greater than or equal to 0 means, so sorry, you can take it as a here instead of t naught. You can take it as a. So for t plus a is greater than or equal to 0, or t is, if you send a that side, greater than or equal to the minus a, greater than or equal to minus a, or we can say minus a is less than or equal to t is less than infinity. It is having the value 1 will be there. 1 will be there as per the first condition here. As per this first condition, we can define like this here. Okay. So what are the things inside the braces that should be greater than or equal to 0? Just you can equate here. And it is 0 for t plus a is less than 0, or t is less than minus a, or minus infinity is less than t is less than minus a here. You can observe the first condition, second condition. I'm using equals for the finite value, and for the infinite value, I'm using less than here. And here, since already I used equals, so this should be less than here. Minus infinity is less than t is less than minus a here. So done now. So this is the left shifted version of the unit step function. So minus a is nothing but these are the positive values, these are the negative values. This is the origin here. Okay, so from minus a up to the infinity, we can have the value that is nothing but u of t plus a. We can have the value 1 will be there here. We can have the value 1 will be there. Done, right? We can have the value 1 will be there. Done. Okay, so this is the unit step function we can define here. So similarly, this can be extended for the discrete time signal. Okay, so this can be extended for the discrete time signal also. So we can define here. So done, any doubts? So only less number of students are there. Done.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So let us see for the discrete time signal. Okay, so you can take similarly for the discrete time signal. Let us take similarly for the discrete time signal. Similarly for the discrete time signal, so we can define like this. So it is defined as u of n. So n is nothing but it's a discrete time signal. 1 for n is greater than or equal to 0, or 0 is less than or equal to n is less than infinity. Okay, and it is equal to 0 for n is less than 0, or minus infinity is less than n is less than 0. Okay. Then, so this is for the discrete time signal. So discrete time signal is nothing but it is defined for the discrete instance of the time here. So discrete is nothing but n can take the value. So 0 it will take here. So next 1 it will take, 2, 3, 4 up to the infinity it will take here. Up to infinity it is having the value 1 will be there here. So this is called as the discrete time signal of unit step function here. Okay. And similarly, the shifted version of the we can take the shifted version of the unit step function can be defined like this. The shifted version of the unit step function is given by, so this can be given like this here. So this is equal to the, let us take u of n minus n naught will take here. So it is equal to 1. So where n minus n naught should be greater than or equal to 0. So what are the things inside these braces that should be greater than or equal to 0? Or we can take n is greater than or equal to the n naught here, n is greater than or equal to the n naught here, or else, okay, greater than or equal to n naught here. So or else we can take n naught is less than or equal to n is less than the infinity, it is having the value 1, and 0 for n minus n naught is less than 0, or n is greater than or equal, sorry, n is less than n naught. If we send n naught this side, it will become n is less than n naught, or we can say minus infinity is less than n is less than n naught. It is having the value 0 will be there here. Okay, so this is the shifted version of the unit step function which we are going to, which we are taken here, which we are taken. Done, right? So let us plot the waveform for n is equal to n naught onwards here. Okay, so from n is equal to n naught onwards, let us define this as u of n minus n naught. So this is n. Okay, so let us say this is nothing but n naught here. Okay, so this is n naught plus 1. So on the values it will take here up to the infinity it will take here. So this is having the value 1 will be there. So from n naught it is going to start here. Okay, so from n naught it is going to start. Then so n naught plus 1. Okay, so like this it will take here. That is the unit step function which is shifted right side here. Okay, so similarly we can have the left shifted version of the unit step function. Okay, that is u of n plus n naught. We can have the left shifted version here. U of n plus n naught is equal to 1 for n plus n naught is greater than or equal to 0, or n is greater than or equal to the minus n naught, or minus n naught is less than or equal to n is less than the infinity. It is having the value 1 will be there, and 0 for n plus n naught is less than 0, or n is less than the minus n naught, or minus infinity is less than n is less than the n naught here, minus n naught here. So right. So this is the left shifted version of the unit step function. We can define it here. Okay, so let us plot the waveform for the same here. And so I'm going to define the function as u of n plus n naught here. So you can keep in mind whenever plus n comes means we are going to shift towards the left side by n naught units. We are going to shift here. So minus n naught. So like that. So like that the signal will be there. So up to the infinity the signal will be there. So shifted version of the. So done, right? So this is the left shifted version of the unit step function. We can define like this here. So here the waveform will be there. It will be continuous like this. Then, okay. So by using unit step function, we can express the many signals, many waveforms we can do express here. So this is very important where we are going to express the unit step function as a parameters of many things here. Okay. So what we can do is let us give the problem here. So we can take express the x of t, express the signal x of t, the signal x of t in terms of unit step function. Express the signal x of t in terms of the unit step function here. Okay, the signal x of t will be given like this here. So many waveforms we need to express in terms of the unit step function. So it is from minus a to the plus a. So this is having the value. This is having the value 1 will be there here. So minus a to plus a, it is having the value 1 will be there. So that one you're going to call it as a x of t. You're going to call here x of t. So right. So this is having the value 1 will be there here. So now you should analyze the waveform here. Whenever the waveform is given, whenever we need to express, we need to analyze the waveform here. So you can see here. So from minus a, the waveform has to start here, and plus a, the waveform has to end here. So minus a, the waveform has to start, and plus a, the waveform has to be ended here. So we should have a waveform which is going to start from the minus a, which is going to start from the minus a, and another waveform which is going to start from the minus a. It will be extend till infinity here. Okay, so we need to break that down at t is equal to plus a here. So we should have another waveform. Okay, so that if you take the difference of this one and this one, so you're going to get this pulse you're going to get here. Okay, so I'll repeat once again. So we should have one waveform here. So first I'm going to plot the waveform, which is going to start from the minus a here. So minus a means it will extend till infinity because you know the unit step function we know here. Okay, and another waveform we want here, which is going to cut down, which is going to remove this part of the signal. It has to be removed here. So in order to remove that one, let us have another waveform which is going to start from the plus a, which is going to start from the plus a. When you take the difference of this one, so this is having the amplitude 1, this is having the amplitude 1 here. When you take the difference of this one, so from minus a to the plus a. Okay, so this is 1 and this is 0. So something 1 minus 0 will be you're going to get the 1 we are going to get here. So you're going to get the 1 we are going to get here. And from plus a onwards, the waveform will be gets cancel each other. So it will become like this here. So minus a to plus a, the waveform will be like this. So this is called as the x of t will get here. Correct now? Correct, right? So let us start from here and it should end here. So let us think the waveform which is going to start here is minus a. It is going to start here. And in order to remove this portion, you're going to generate the other waveform which is going to start from a. And if you're going to take the difference here, difference of these two, so the waveform will be gets cancel each other from a onwards. You're going to get the pulse like this. You're going to get here. Okay. So can anybody tell me what is the waveform for this one in terms of the unit step function? Okay. So we already defined the unit step function, the waveforms you have seen here. So u of t minus a, u of t plus a. So like this. Okay. So can anybody give what is the waveform in terms of the unit step function? What is the waveform for this one in terms of the unit step function?
U of t plus a.
Very good. So
U of t plus a.
U of t plus a. This one is this one. We can. It is going to start from
U of t minus a.
Yeah. So u of t minus a. So when you take the difference of this one, that is u of t plus a minus u of t minus a. We are going to get the waveform pulse here. So that one we can define as x of t is equal to, so u of t plus a minus u of t minus a, we can define like this here. Okay, so we can define like this. So this is a waveform we can generate here. Okay, done, right? Any doubts? So like this we are going to generate the waveforms. We are going to generate like this here. So let us take the second problem, so which is a bit tricky problem. Okay, so let us express this one in terms of the so let us take this one as x of t. So this is 1 and this is 2. So this is minus 1. This is plus 1 here. Okay, so -1 plus 1. Got it? So this is from -1 to 0. It is having the value 1. So here it will increase here. So from 0 to the 1, it is having the value 2 will be there here. Okay, so let us analyze the waveform here. So we have the unit step functions will be there, which will be having the amplitude 1 will be there here. So here we should have the waveform which is going to start from here. It is going to start from here means it will be having the value 1 will be there till infinity, correct? Till infinity it will be having the value 1 will be there here. Okay, so and again at this location at 0, one more waveform, the pulse has to increase its amplitude by 1 year so that it should reach 2 year. So from 0 to the 1, it should have the amplitude 2 should be there here. So from 1 onwards, okay, so both the waveforms should get cancel each other here. Both the waveforms should cancel each other. So let us, I'll go to plot the waveform first. Later, let us define the mathematical expression. So I should want the one waveform. So -1. So if I start from -1, it will go extend till infinity because this is a unit step function. It will be having the value 1 will be there here. Okay, now. So we have defined one waveform which is going to start from the -1. It will extend till infinity. So right. So next from 0 to 1 onwards, I need to increase the amplitude by 1 year. So we need to perform the addition of the signals we need to perform here. Okay, addition of the signals we need to perform here. So what shall we do is, let us take one more pulse here, one more unit step function, which is going to start from 0 here. When I'm going to add 1 already there, for 1, if I'm going to add another 1, it will become equal to 2. So let us start the other pulse, which is going to start from 0. So when I'm going to add, the amplitude will increase to the 0 here. From 0 to -1 to 0, it is having the amplitude 1. So from 0 to the infinity, it is having the amplitude 1 will be there. So when I'm going to add, I'm going to get the pulse like this. I'm going to get here. So the pulse will be something like this. We'll get here. So from -1 up to 0 like this. So from 0 onwards, the pulse will extend till the infinity. It is going to extend like this here. Now at 1, I need to remove this portion. I need to remove at 1 here. This portion I need to remove at 1. So what we can have, what's the waveform we can have here from 1 onwards? From t is equal to 1 onwards, let us have the amplitude. Though this amplitude 1 plus 1 is become equal to 2 here. So let us have the waveform with the scaling factor of 2 here. With the scaling factor of 2 here. So that when I take the difference of this one, so 2 minus 2 will become equal to 0. Okay, so that I'll get the waveform like this here. So from -1 to 0, no waveform, no waveform. When I'm going to add it here, it will become 1 year. Again from 0 to 1. So this is 1, this is 1, this is 1. There is no waveform. So there is no waveform. So it will become equal to the 2. So from 1 onwards, okay, so 2 minus 2 will become equal to 0. So the waveform will become like this here. Okay, so got it now? How to perform the operation on the signals here? So now this is the waveform. Can anybody tell me what is the waveform in terms of the unit step function?
U of t plus a. U of t plus a.
So in place of a, we have 1 year. So this is u of t plus 1 we can consider, because in the previous problem a, this is 1 year. So u of t plus 1. So this is u of t. U of t, yeah. So this is you're starting from 0. So this is u of t. And this one is, it is a 2. I'm going to scale here. So 2 into u of t minus 1 here. The scaling factor also we should consider here. 2 into u of t minus 1 here. Okay, so 2 into u of t minus 1. We should consider the scaling factor also. Okay, so done. So this is the waveform x of t. So x of t is equal to, it's a sum of these two and difference of this one. We should take the difference here. So it is u of t plus 1 plus u of t minus 2 into u of t minus 1 here. 2 into u of t minus 1. Done. Any doubts in this one? Any doubts? Okay, so this is for the unit step function for the continuous time signal here. For the continuous time signal. So done, right? No doubts. Okay, so similarly for the discrete time signal, we'll see like this. So for the continuous time signal, and you should note that one, it is going to be continuous for all the intervals of the time t here. You can see, even I'm going to take at u of t minus 1. I'm going to take this waveform at u of t minus 1 here. Okay, so because this is continuous 1 year, so t minus 1 is nothing but So this one is nothing but one is nothing but we can assume as 0.9999999. We can assume many decimal values you can assume here. So this is t is equal to 1 plus we can consider. This is a positive side. So this is equal to t is equal to 1 minus we can consider here. Okay. So for the continuous time signal, the addition of the signals does not matter here. But when you're taking for the discrete time signals, we should be a bit careful. I'm going to take that problem here. So take the discrete time signal. So third problem, we need to express in terms of the x of n, we need to express in terms of the unit step function. Okay, so this is the x of n. So this is some waveforms I'll take here. So this is -1, -2, -3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So it is having the amplitude 1 will be there. This is n here. So -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Done. Okay, now we need to define in terms of the impulse unit step function for the discrete time signal we need to define here. So let us generate the one unit step function which is going to start from -3. So -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that up to infinity it will be there. So this is n. So -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let us take one more sample 5, like that will be there here. Okay. So here we have taken the one signal which is going to start from -3 because we want the beginning signal from the -3 and it will extend like this here. Got it now? So now we should remove the waveform from 3 onwards here. 3 onwards means it is a discrete time signal. So we want up to 3 we want here. So next is nothing but from 4 onwards we need to remove here. So from 4, 5, 6 will be there. So we want the samples up to 3 and 4 onwards we need to remove here. So I'm going to take the another unit step function which is going to begin at 4. Okay, so 5, 6 and so on up to the infinity. I want the waveform. So this amplitude should be equal to the 1 year. Okay, so this amplitude should be equal to 1 year. So now when I take the difference of these two, so from -3 to the +3, so this waveform is 0. So something -0 will be the same waveform you are going to get here. So -3, -2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so -3 to the +3. Okay. So we'll get the same waveform you're going to get here. So it is having the amplitude 1 will be there. So from 4 onwards, so here 1 is there. So 1 - 1 will become 0. 1 - 1 will become 0. So 6 onwards like this, it will become 0 here. Okay. So we got the waveform by in terms of the unit step function. So let us anyone define this. What is the waveform? Let us define this one. What is the waveform here?
+3.
So very good. So
X
u
of
of
n plus 3.
u of n plus 3. This one is which is going to start from 4.
U of n minus 4.
Yeah, very good. U of n minus 4 here. So because in case of the discrete time signal, we are going to take the value 1 greater than that 1 here. But in case of the continuous time signal, you can see here u of t plus a, u of t minus a we are going to take here because it's a continuous at every interval here. But for the discrete time signal, it should be taken one value greater than that one we should take here. Okay, so when you take the difference, so this will become equal to x of n. So this x of n is equal to the, okay, so this is u of n plus 3 minus u of n minus 4 here. So we can define like this here. So this is the waveform which we can express in terms of the unit step function here. Unit step function we can express like this here. Then, so similarly, I will take one more simple waveform. Any doubts in this one? So these are the thing operations on the signals we are going to perform it here. So let us take x of n, which is going to begin like this. So from 1 it is going to begin here. So 2, 3, 4 and 0 rest of the things. So it is having the value from here. Okay, at n is equal to 0, we don't have any waveform. Okay, so can anybody can quickly tell me what's the waveform for this one? What's the expression? Okay, so from 1 it is going to begin here. So what is this waveform?
U of n minus 1.
Yeah, very good. So from up to 4 we want here. From 5 onwards we need to remove here. So minus u of, what's the next waveform? 4 we should retain, 5 1/3 we need to remove here. So it is u of n minus 5. Can we say n minus 5? Okay, so let us begin the waveform from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. It is begin till the infinity. So this one you're going to call it as the u of n minus 1. Okay, so from 5 onwards we should remove here. So 5, 6, 7, 8 up to the infinity. So 5, 6, 7, 8 up to the infinity. Let us remove here. So this is called as a u of n minus 5. So when you take the difference of this one, we'll get like this here. So for the discrete time signal, we should take the value one sample more than that one here. Done, right? You should take the sample value one more than that. Okay, so like this, we are going to express the waveforms in terms of the unit step function. And sometimes the unit step function, the waveforms will be, the expressions will be given. We need to convert in terms of the mathematical waveforms here. Done. Okay, so this is called as a unit step function, very important here. So very important elementary signals. So right. So let us take the next very important function, which is called as a unit impulse function here. The other kind of elementary signal, which is called as a unit impulse function. Unit impulse function. It is also called as a Dirac delta function. We are going to call Dirac delta function. It is simply called as a delta function. We are going to call here. Okay, so many things you are going to call here. So this is very important. These properties we are going to use already. You are used in your engineering statistics, I guess. Okay, so Dirac delta function here. Okay, so we have for the continuous and discrete here. So both will resemble the same thing here, but you are going to define it here. Okay, so you can take the continuous time. The continuous time impulse function. The continuous time impulse function. Okay, so is defined as the continuous time impulse function is defined as. So it is called as the continuous time impulse function is defined as. So this is called as the delta function. That's why I'm going to use the small delta. I'm going to use here. So this is small delta and capital delta is the thing, but it's a triangle is a capital delta here. Okay, I'm going to use a small delta. So since it's a continuous, I'm going to use t here. So this is having the value 1. This is having the value 1. So whenever the things inside these braces should be equal to 0 here. So that is when t is equal to 0, it is having the value 1 will be there here. It is having the value 1 at t is equal to 0 and 0 for other values of the t here. 0 for other values of the t here. So this is called as the unit impulse function you're going to call at t is equal to 0 means the things inside these brace should be equal to 0. So then only it is having the value 1 will be there here. Elsewhere it will be 0 will be there here. Okay. Done. So this is a unit impulse function here. So you should remember this one. It's very important. Similarly, the shifted version of the unit this impulse function can be defined like this here. So similar to as we have seen. Okay. Here also we are going to define the shifted version of the unit impulse function. So it is called as a delta of t minus a. Delta of t minus a means the waveform I'm going to shift towards the right side by 1 unit here. So sorry, a units. So this is the thing, but when t minus a should be equal to 0. So what are the things inside these braces should be equal to 0 here. So you should remember this concept here. When t minus a is equal to 0, or else send a that side. When t is equal to the a, this is having the value 1 and 0 for t minus a is not equal to 0 or t is not equal to the a here. If you send minus a that side, t is not equal to the a, it is having the value 0 will be there here. Done. Done, right? Okay, so we can define like this. So I forgot to draw the waveform. So here the waveform will be like this. So this is delta of t. Okay, so at t is equal to 0, it is having the value 1 will be there. At t is equal to 0, it is having the value 1. And delta of t minus a means at so this is delta of t minus a. Okay, at t is equal to a. So this is the time axis here. When I substitute t is equal to a, so this is having the value 1 will be there here. So we can have the scaling factor here. Suppose if I'm going to multiply with the something 5, this will become 5 here. Like that, we can have the 5 here scaling factor here. Okay. So similarly, we can have the left shifted version here. So delta of t plus a. So this is equal to 1 when t plus a is equal to 0, or when t is equal to the minus a, and 0 for t plus a is not equal to 0, or t is not, if you send a, that's it, t is not equal to the minus a here. So plus m is the minus m is, it is in the negative axis side here. So this is to be defined like this. So this is delta of t plus a. So means at a is equal, t is equal to minus a, it is having the value 1 will be there here. 1 will be there. Then right. So this is the unit impulse function of the right shifted, and this is the left shifted version here. Okay. So done. This is very important here. Now similarly for the discrete time signal. Okay, so you can take similarly for the discrete time signal. Okay, so it is defined like this here. It is defined as, similarly for the discrete time signal, it is defined as, we can define the unit impulse function for the discrete time signal, we can define like this. So this is equal to the delta of n is equal to 1 for n is equal to 0. Instead of the t, will get 1 here. That's it, nothing else. Okay, and 0 for n is not equal to 0 here. 0 for n is not equal to 0 means at n is equal to 0. So delta of n, it is having the value 1 will be there, and elsewhere it will be having the value 0 will be there here. Done. Okay, so similarly we can have the shifted version here. So delta of n minus n naught, so it is equal to 1 for n is equal to the n naught. Already we know this one, so I think there is no need of these steps. For n is not equal to the n naught here. Okay, so delta of n minus n naught. So for n is equal to n naught, substitute n is equal to n naught, it is having the value 1 will be there. Elsewhere it is having the value 0 will be there here. Done. Done, right? Okay, so this is the right shifted here. So similarly we can have the left shifted version of the unit step function we can have here. So we can take similarly the left shifted, so it will be given like this. So delta of n plus n naught, so this is equal to 1 for n is equal to the minus n naught, 0 for n is not equal to the minus n naught here. So we can define like this. So delta of n plus n naught, so 10 is equal to the minus n naught, it is having the value 1 will be there. It is having the value 1, and elsewhere it will be equal to 0 will be there here. Done. So this is the unit impulse function here. Okay, so we can express the waveforms, we can express like this here. We can express any waveforms, we can express like this. For example, okay, similarly we can define like this. So let us consider the waveform which you are going to have something called x of n here. Okay, so if x of n I'm going to consider, so some wave pulses I'm going to take here. So we can express this one in terms of the unit impulse function we can define here. Okay, so this is at -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so say this is 1, 2, and this is -2, 1, 2, 1. So you can express this one in terms of the unit impulse function we can express here. Okay, so how do you express this one in terms of the unit impulse function is? So you can take this waveform. I'll explain. It's very simple. We should know where the unit impulse function will be defined. So these are 10 is equal to minus n naught plus n naught. Okay. So taken the waveform, right? So this is having the value 1. This is having the value 1. Okay. So here at n is equal to minus 2, we have the signal here, which is having the amplitude 1 here. So this is at n is equal to minus 2. It is having the value 1 here. So how to express this one in terms of the impulse function is, so send minus 2 this side here. So this has become n plus 2 here, n plus 2. So for that one, put the impulse function here, put the impulse function, and the amplitude is 1. Let us scale down by 1 here. So I'll repeat once again. This is at n is equal to minus 2. N is equal to minus 2. Send minus 2 this side. Just I'm doing the reverse of this one here. So this is at n plus n naught. So if I take here n plus n naught should be equal to 0. That's what I'm doing here. So this is at n is equal to minus n naught is there. So I'm sending minus n naught here. This is at n is plus n naught here. So n plus n naught is nothing but 2. So we can express as a impulse function. We can do express here. So similarly for this one we can express as delta of n plus. This is at minus 1. Minus 1 means in the impulse function it will come as n plus 1 here. So delta of n plus 1 multiplied by 2. That is a scaling factor. So this is minus 2 here. So at n is equal to 0 means this will come as delta of n multiplied by minus 2. So minus 2 into delta of n. Okay. So this is at n is equal to 1. So n is equal to 1 means delta of n minus 1 will come here. So just I'll write the unit impulse function. So delta of n plus 2 is this one. Okay, so this one we can express as delta of n plus 1. This one is n plus 1 here. So this is at delta of n, and this is at delta of n minus 1 we can express here. Can you tell me where you are going to express this one? What's the value of this one? So these are n is equal to 2. So send 2 this side. Yeah, so n minus 2, very good. So delta of n minus 2. So this is at n is equal to 3. So we can define as delta of n minus 3. Okay, so let us multiply the corresponding scaling factor to this one. So it will become equal to the x of n here. So x of n is equal to, so let us start from the negative axis. So it is 1 into delta of n plus 2. Okay, plus. Okay, so this is 2 here. So 2 into delta of n plus 1. So this is minus 2. So minus 2 into delta of n. This is at n is equal to 1. So plus the amplitude is 1 here. So delta of n minus 1. This is 2. So 2 into delta of n minus 2. So this is 1 plus delta of n minus 3 here. Delta of n minus 3. Done. We can express the any waveform in terms of the unit impulse function. We can do express like this here. Done. This is n minus 2. Okay. So similarly, I'll take one more example here so that we'll get some more clarity. So you should tell the answer. Okay, you should tell the answer for this one. So this is at n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is at minus 1, minus 2, and minus 3. Take the waveform. Why the class is not interesting? Class is interesting or what?
Interesting, sir.
Okay, why less number of students are attending? So inform then the signals subject. If they're not going to learn, okay, so it's very difficult for them to pass the subject. For the IA you can score anyhow, but for the external exam it's very difficult to clear the subject. Okay, so because you know the difficulty, the number of problems are more, the variety of the problems are very wide. Okay, so can anybody tell me the expression for this one? So this is a 10 is equal to -3. The amplitude is -3. From by side, can I get the expression? Anyone from the by side? So these are 10 is equal to -3. It is -3 here. Quickly. So -3 into 10 is equal to -3 into delta of n plus 3 will get here. And 10 is equal to -2 means so 2 into delta of n plus 2. 10 is equal to -1 means 1 into delta of n plus 1. At 10 is equal to 0, the amplitude is 1 here. So it's a delta of n. At 10 is equal to 1, so the amplitude is 1. So this is delta of n minus 1. And this is the amplitude is -2. And this is at 10 is equal to 2. So it is delta of n minus 2. And at 10 is equal to 3, the amplitude is -1. So it is delta of n minus 3 here. So this is the x of n we got in terms of the unit impulse function here. Done, right? So if you have any doubts, you can ask me, because this is very important here. The concepts what I am doing is the basic concepts. It's very important here. Done, everyone? Understood, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so fine. So there are some important properties of the impulse functions are there. So the properties are very, very important here. So you're going to already, I think you used in your the impulse function properties already you used in your engineering statistics already you used here. So you can take properties of impulse function. Properties of impulse function, or just you can take properties here. Properties you can take here. The first property is area under. So this is some property same as area under the PDF is equal to 1. So this is similar to area under impulse function. Area under impulse function is 1 here. Area under impulse function is 1. Okay. So for the impulse function, you are going to assume that it is having the amplitude, but not the amplitude. It is the area of the impulse function you are going to consider here. So that is, we can say that. So integral from -infinity to the plus infinity, delta of t into dt. So this is equal to 1 here. Delta of t into dt is equal to 1. Suppose if I'm going to plot the impulse function something like this. Okay. So this area under this one should be equal to the 1 should be there here. Okay, or else if I'm going to plot this one something like this, so here the amplitude is less, so here the amplitude will be more will be there. Okay, so this area should be equal to 1, or else if I plot the impulse function something like this. Okay, so this area should be equal to the 1 should be there here. So this is the property of the impulse function. So the area of the impulse function is equal to the 1 here. Done. Okay, so 2 minutes I'll take here extra. Okay, so the second property is called as the product property we are going to call here. So product property of the impulse function. The product property says like this. So it is x of t into delta of t minus t naught. X of t into delta of t minus t naught. So this is equal to the x of t naught into delta of t minus t naught we are going to call here. Okay, x of t into delta of t minus t naught. So this is equal to the x of t naught into delta of t minus t naught. Okay. So similarly, we have the another version of the product property. I'll explain both the things here. I'm going to illustrate both the things. So x of t into delta of t. So this one we can write as x of 0 into delta of t we can write here. So this is the product property of the unit impulse function. Taken, right? It's visible. It's not blur, I guess. We've taken the product property. Okay, in terms of the waveforms, I'm going to explain instead the product property here. So first one is x of t into delta of t minus t naught. Assume that this is x of t here. So I'm going to take the x of t something, the waveform like this. I'm going to take randomly. I'm going to take the waveform x of t. So this is the waveform x of t is going to take here. And delta of t minus t naught, you know that. So at t is equal to t naught. At t is equal to t naught, it is having the value, something called 1 will be there. So this is the delta of t minus t naught here. Correct now? So this is that value 1 will be there. So this is the time axis. When I substitute t is equal to the t naught here, so this will become delta of t minus t naught here. Okay. So when I take the product of these two waveforms here, when I take the product of these two waveforms, what will happen here? So from this is having the value certain waveform is there, but this is 0. So this is having the value only at t is equal to t naught here. So here I'm having the location called t naught is there, the time axis. The time axis called t naught is there here. You can see no. So the corresponding amplitude at t is equal to t naught will be the x of t naught we can call here. X of t naught we can call here. Can we call like this? The amplitude at t is equal to t naught, we can call it as the x of t naught we can call here. X of t naught here. So now when I take the product of this one with this one, so 0 multiplied by something will be the 0 will get here. Okay, so here also 0 multiplied by something will be the 0 will get here. Only at t is equal to t naught, it is 1. At t is equal to t naught, the corresponding amplitude is x of t naught here. When I take the product of this one, so this will become equal to what? So 1 multiplied by the x of t naught will get here. So that one is called as a delta of t minus t naught we can call here. Delta of t minus t naught into x of t naught. So this is the product we are going to get here. Correct now? Correct, right? So similarly for x of t into delta of t, so same way you can express here. At t is equal to 0, we can call it as x of 0 we can call. When you take the product, it will be like this here. Done. So similarly for the discrete time signal, we can define like this. Any doubts with this illustration? So you can, if you know the basic concepts, you can draw the waveforms and you can analyze here. So similarly for the discrete time signal, x of n minus x of n into delta of n minus n naught is equal to, so x of n naught into delta of n minus n naught. Okay, so delta of n minus n naught, and similarly, so x of n into delta of n, the product will become equal to the, so x of 0 into delta of n will get here. So this is for the discrete time signal. Okay, this is for the discrete time signal. Okay, two more properties are there. One is called as shifting property, other one is called as the area and the scaling property is there. So that I will do in the next class. I will do, and we have the one more the pulse function is there, that is called as a that is a ramp function is there. So we'll do that one. Afterwards, we'll go for the next topic, which is called as the operations on the signals. We'll go here. So right. Okay. So done. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, so thank you. So you keep make note of these properties at the end of your notebook here, and for the unit step function also you can make a note of that one. That is me. So because these are very important topics. Okay, because just on this one we are going to do it.
కొంతమంది తీసుకోరన్నా ఒక రోజు ఈయన ఎప్పుడు మూడొత్తే అప్పుడు పెడతాడు ఈయన నీదొత్త.
Okay. Done. So thank you everyone. Thanks for attending the class. Yeah. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Yeah.